stuff, and then you go to 1%, and then they come back.
Let the material cool.
You know, you guys may be familiar with this, but I ran across this the other day. You take a 3D object and you run it through this program, and it produces a flat 2D pattern to make that 3D object.
No, I haven't seen that, but I'd like to.
They had a model car, and they were in 3D, and then they ran it through that, and the thing when it's all pasted together is rather faceted. I mean, it's not fine woodworking by any stretch. No sanded edges. When I find that, I'll go ahead and share that with everybody. I thought it was pretty cool.
The thing I've been looking for a while. I want to make a Tux balloon, Tux the penguin, but like 8 feet high. So I've been looking how to convert a 3D model into doors for sewing.
Yeah. This gives you the options as to what you want to produce with it, whether it's a pattern for sewing or a pattern for paper.
I don't remember which software I've got, but it will take a JPEG and turn it into a 3D printable object.
Really?
Yeah. It's not very good at it, but it'll do it. Can you hear us, Hart?
I can hear you fine.
We're weak.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
And now,
Some settings changed on this laptop because I upgraded.
Okay.
There's no better.
The sound keeps fading in and out.
I don't know.
what was the question?
The sound keeps fading in and out. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that one.
Okie-doke.
With a body like this.
Well, let's try the snowball. See if that. See, it changed all kinds of settings. And my virtual camera's not working now either.
Oh.
Yeah.
Your virtual camera. Okay.
Well, I had two cameras, or I had two cameras on this laptop, right? The one for the main meeting, and the one where you could see me. And you got to run OBS Studio to get the virtual camera working, and now it's not showing up as a virtual camera. So maybe upgrading was not.
You upgraded Zoom or what?
No, I upgraded. I had
Everything.
Yeah, I had Linux Mint 21.3 on this one, and I upgraded it to 22.3.
Oh,
And
that's a big
Well,
one.
yeah, it was a huge leap.
Well, I'm running 22.3 and it seems to be working fine.
Well, it's working fine on all my other machines, but I'm not trying to do the same thing I'm doing. Which is why I upgraded, because I was like, why am I running an old version of Mint on this?
Assuming there's something in the socket.
Yeah. Fluorescent tubes.
Tubes. So I have two printers. They need to go away. You want them?
Well, I don't want both of them.
Which one do you want?
I want the
I
camera.
sent you a note about the camera.
Oh, I
But we
haven't
haven't
gotten my email yet. So.
I said, we will volunteer to take the cannon off your hands.
I will voluntarily be happy to let you have the camera.
The laser printer will outlast the Canon.
Well, we already have two laser printers.
But are they 4000 series?
One's an HP, well, one's a Canon MF420.
That
The other one's an HP. We have a photo quality Canon and another one, but It's been so long, I don't have any idea whether they even function.
Those HPs, those
Oh, yeah.
they're just workhorses. I doubt that there's anything wrong with it. It's just heavy, and I don't want to carry it upstairs to find out.
We used to buy toner in 50-gallon drums, and I was refilling HP 4000 toner cartridges. And you could do it 20, 30 times. They'd just keep going. And each one holds like 4 pounds of toner.
And they
They're huge. We were using the extended toner cartridges and refilling
yeah.
Then you could do that.
Well,
on the 4000, yeah.
yeah, the 4000 was
It
Was-
had,
semi-user friendly.
it had nothing on there to report back to HP
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
anything.
Did it have a hash or
HP
something like
was
that?
actually consumer friendly at the
Yeah.
4000 level.
It pissed me off every time I use the color printer.
Yeah. The 4000 doesn't care if you're sticking toner that was not made by HP. It just work. It's
Yeah.
just a workhorse. It's just a beast.
Why did you put grounded clay in here? Oh, well. We'll try.
We'll try. Oh, I've been sitting for 4,000 years? Okay, I don't care. You want another print? I have. See, I think
Okay,
I've
great
seen
components.
one where the drum went bad, but usually there's just nothing that goes wrong with them.
And I imagine you can still get parts for those things.
Rollers in the drum,
They're big. They're that big. And
ion tubes.
the main paper tray will hold more than a ream of paper. And the second will hold half a ream.
And
And then you can stack another half ream in the
Seat tray.
tray.
and some of I don't think this model does, but some of them do the duplexing. Some of them will have a third paper tray, and some of the you can configure those trays so you could have legal size paper in one tray, and
Oh yeah, so they're customized. You can stack a bunch of them.
We
Yeah.
had a brother that had a really neat feature in that you could send a metal plate. It didn't bend the paper or anything. It just went straight through if you open the flap on the back. So
yeah.
when I built the TARDIS for a friend of my wife, I printed out on the panel on the front of the TARDIS the wording and everything. And so it stayed pretty well. After I sent it through the laser, or not the laser, but the brother, I think HR1, I took clear vinyl and put that over the top of it to keep it nice.
I don't really, that printer came from Miami University, and it probably was in service until recently. It's probably got
1,000,000 pages through it.
10 million pages. I mean,
The
They're
conversion
beasts.
from simplex to duplex is an add-in module.
Yeah. Bye, Leroy.
We used to have audio dosimeters that would use a 9-volt battery. And you could get 1 day out of a 9-volt. You couldn't get 2 days. So we had all these 9-volt batteries because we'd put 20 dosimeters out a day. So
Lightsaber power source.
about 40% left. And so we had all the 9-volt batteries you could imagine. And one of my sampling technicians dropped it in his pocket. And he's over there sitting down, and all of a sudden he's hopping up, jumping, beating on a nickel had gotten across the terminal.
what car did this come out of?
It did not come out of a car.
It did not come out of a car. Okay.
It is a scooter battery.
Okay.
And it looked to me like there's probably 30, 20 some odd batteries in there. That it will
Probably
be
10, it's 36 volts, isn't it?
It's 36 volts.
Lithium ion is 3-point-ish per cell, 3.7, 3.6.
Yeah, I didn't cut it open in case somebody wanted to see about rehabilitating it. But I figured that that many batteries, if there were half of them that were still good, it'd be a good source.
Looks like it's 7 blocks high. That's weird.
Like 7 of them per level, 7 tiers.
That's too small for an 18
650.
650. Those are about that size.
Well, let's peel it open and look at it.
We certainly have a tape measure in here.
There's probably some balance.
I would wager it's probably almost all batteries in a skeleton shell.
I don't know.
Well, how many leads are on the end?
You've got 5 on this end and 3 on the other end, but only 2 of them are marked plus and minus. So I don't know what the other 3 do.
Probably a thermal sensor and the
Yeah,
power amperage
There's probably a thermal sensor, and that one looks like it's been
charge
bent.
port.
Somebody took a hammer and went BAM!
I do not have a tape measure.
That is unusual
I
for
would
you.
say that they're like those little tubey C cells or something. Or
They
not
might-
C cell, but I mean like a
They might not be the 18
like an A style.
650s or whatever. It might be those smaller.
I'd say there's 5 to 6 of them per row. Packed in a ring around a rod. Because it probably acts a little bit as a strength for the scooter too.
Yeah, I would think so. Probably up in the handlebar, right? Is that one in the handlebar, or is that in the lower in the base?
That is the only part that I had.
That's the only.
Oh,
Yeah. I didn't have the scooter that it went with.
just
Yes.
found it and
You just know it came out of the scooter.
probably looked up the part number. Somebody got a replacement and swapped it.
It's about the size of the down tube on the ones that are sitting all around UC.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a pocket knife. You got a pocket knife? Anybody got a
Oh
pocket
yeah.
Yeah.
Sharp
Don't-
things? I got sharp things.
Don't hit the battery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're particular about these things.
you guys don't want to have some fun tonight? Come on now. I mean, we've got a class 1 laser here. We could just cut it. Put it in here. What slicer open.
What could go wrong with that?
Don't have any goggles, so, you know, everybody look away while we...
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought was going to go on. So the tube. That's more or less what I thought was happening in there. So you gotta protect those batteries.
Well, that's the They're a lot more protected than I thought they would be. But
You don't really think they want to get sued.
well, but I mean, if that slides down into a metal tube, there's no reason to jack it. The framing usually, like a Ford, whatever the Ford electric car is, it's just like C-cells with that blue tape on them in stacks of 5.
Thermal sensors.
So there's no jacketing to protect them at all because they're inside a metal box allegedly. So
Well, that's. Well, we're going to need a little screwdriver, little Phillips head. I don't think you need to take any more off.
Well,
I think we just.
okay, up here, I thought that this would be the control mechanism up there.
Oh, okay. I think if we
That has an
take that
external
out,
control
it'll
I
mechanism.
just
just-
said there won't be any controls.
I think if we take those screws out, it should just slide.
Little Phillips, you said?
Yeah.
There'd be might be a voltage balancer maybe, but I'd be shocked if it did.
I think there's a balance. I think there's a balance sensor in here somewhere. I think there almost has to be, especially with semi-modern use. And
And there's enough room in there for a BMC.
yeah. And these look like thermal sensors that aren't actually touching the battery, but what do I know?
You know enough not to look at the end of it.
You sure?
I was tempted.
Oh, yeah.
Is it live or Memorex?
There's a couple of short ones in there.
Okay, that didn't help. That just got us to.
Pull the wiring cap off.
Something just fell out. Little hot melt glue.
Yeah.
So that's where the charge plug.
Alright, I don't see how to actually get those out. There, let's hit the other end there. You can see them, they're right there. The batteries are.
Yeah. So yeah,
Four.
4 18650s in each chunk there.
Yeah, so this is just put together as a thing.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's that few. I would have thought there was more.
If you do series parallel,
What?
maybe. There's a bunch of wires up there. Okay,
You're
there's some.
gonna get all your amp batteries. You're gonna stack and skew. I wonder how many laws we're breaking right now.
Doesn't say no use of serviceable parts.
Right.
I don't see
Rights to
anything.
disassemble.
I took a
It's nice
Samsung
wire.
Yeah.
It's nice.
washer apart over the weekend, and I was amazed that they had reduced the electric motor for that to the bare minimum. There was no frame on the motor. The winding was on the disc, and it mounted onto the frame of the washer tub, and the magnetic surround on that mounted on another part. And all of the controls were in the circuitry on the washer.
So I'm thinking, yeah, take them apart. No. Washer motor.
Spare bits.
There's the
Okay.
BNC.
So,
There's
lots of little shorting bits in there.
this battery will never work again. It'll never get back together.
Well, it probably didn't work to begin with, so you haven't lost it.
So, it looks like there's a plug here on that side that you should be able to unplug.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
It also looks like it's hot glued or
Would you like a plastic spudger?
I don't know what the spudger's going to do.
What's that? Battery? Yes.
Still can't get to the damn batteries.
Are there any batteries left in it?
Yeah, there's. Okay, so from here down is all battery.
Oh, that's weird.
So if these are 18650s,
About 3x4.
3x4. I give up. I don't.
I mean, it's definitely soldered together.
This is from e-bike? Scooter.
Scooter. Yeah. Same, different.
So the charge controller is in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured it had to have a some sort of charge control in it. And you can see, if you look down in there, you can see wires going down. It's sensing all the voltages. It's doing what well
Oh,
potentially it's doing what it's supposed to do.
Prius is set up in bank pairs, so there's two blades for each
Right.
voltage checker. So it charges pairs of blades at a time instead of just one set.
It looked to me like there were 4 wires going inside the shaft
Yeah.
of the tube.
Probably each tube is one rod, and
Each tube is one rod, yeah.
they got them.
But it looks like they're trying to do a balance charging
Well,
thing
they'll
about.
self-balance to a degree.
Mm,
Well,
I
because it
wouldn't
must.
trust that.
Well, I'm saying because they'll be hooked in series. They'll put the 36 volts across that series, and if one of the battery bites, it'll burn out and trigger the cell sensor.
In theory.
Well, that's the same the Prius does. But if one of the batteries in the bank goes bad and it's weak, it goes out of balance enough. There's a voltage differential.
But
If they're off by more than 0.2 volts, it fails the pack.
they probably, wow.
I haven't seen any melted spots or anything melted, so I think it's probably just a battery failure.
There's probably a battery problem.
Oh, very impressive. Case of everything.
This is a microprocessor
That looks like
from 1978.
Very cool.
the colors look like an HP calculator.
Is that the real deal? That's the real deal, isn't it?
This is the board I made.
I can't go any further. Not without wire cutters, which I'm willing to do, but it ain't like you.
It belongs to whoever wants to cut it apart.
It's almost there. I can't not take this home, Patty. She'll have.
Is solder or is glue?
Nah, soldered. I think to get the end off, you've got to unsolder the black wire, and then you can take the cap down and get the rest of it out.
This side might pull off a little bit easier, maybe. See, I still don't think those are 18650s. That's the whole battery right there. Well, that's 4 batteries.
I was saying it'd be banks of 4 batteries all hooked together like a flashlight tube.
So 6 stacks of batteries? No, 5 stacks.
There's,
Yeah.
It starts here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah.
4 amps. 36.
I mean,
So then two banks of 10,
Amps hour.
they get to your 36.
You gotta get to 36 somehow.
hold on.
Split decision.
Cut the blue, red, yellow wire. Which one causes it to go boom?
As long as we don't see smoke
I was
starting
gonna say,
to...
now where's the voltmeter so we can figure out which batteries are good and which one's bad?
Maybe.
All the batteries are in same. Right?
No, I don't think so. I think
two,
it's
3, 4, 5, 6. 6 by 4.
It's 100 and...
24 volts.
36.
24 by 3.7.
Well, it should be 3.7,
Yeah,
3.5.
I think it's 2 in series, 2 in parallel in
So
each block
It's like a
to give you 10 high.
2 by
It looks like it's a
12.
series parallel
Two by-
if you
two by
look at the
12.
top of this.
24 batteries, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 by 12
Yes.
by 3.7. 12 by
Mhm.
3.7 is 38.
Yeah, it's going to go a little high.
That's 6.
Looks to me like that's unpluggable. Well, that's what he was trying to unplug. And failing miserably at doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't do 2 wires at a time.
No, I'm not going to cut the wires. I was going to
Okay.
cut the latch.
I forget where I got those, but those were like $3 for those wire cutters, and I've had those for
I
a
bought
while. Maybe Harbor Freight.
a bunch of them off of AliExpress before the tariffs.
Mm-hmm.
$1 a piece. I bought a ton of them, and they're great, except mine are blue instead of red.
Mm-hmm. I've got blue ones too.
They're exactly the same thing. Yep. Double sensor? Probably. What does it say? I can't read it.
Curious that they're the same length.
Yeah. Well, they probably just sit on top of the battery.
I would have thought they would have wanted to check more batteries. You can
Well, that's,
use the spudger to get the wires out of the side.
well, I think that these other things are also thermal. I think. I won't swear to that. Where's the close?
What's our processor there? 6502?
No, it's a CDI.
Ah, okay.
Ah,
The thing is that this
HKW 9700. It doesn't really say anything else. And it has some Chinese letters on it. Go figure.
Turns out it's a match.
this thing, remember the
HKW.
program. I made a program last night. This one.
I need that in the
This-
car.
This is a RAM with technology that retains the content,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a static
Thermal
fast
protectors, yeah.
like any RAM.
EEPROM.
This kind of RAMs are selling now for arcade games, the vintage,
Mm-hmm.
because they used to save the score of people when they play.
They got them soldered together.
Well,
Welded.
they're soldered, and yeah, you can see it though.
Tack welded.
It bridges across. It's series parallel.
This is these little tabs are spot welded on.
They replace the Dallas.
Okay.
Here's some cutters with a little more juice behind them.
Well, maybe those are 650s, 680s. Sure. 18650, yeah. They sure did not look that. They look smaller than that.
So that's the same batteries in like a Prius.
Yeah. Same batteries that are in most laptops now.
Well,
So I'm
depends on the
guessing,
age of the laptop.
I said.
Now they're all a bag.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
guessing that at least some of these are good.
Probably.
Probably.
This is the charger.
And then-
Mhm.
That's probably the balance charger, yeah.
You get a
Probably should come out.
you want an aftermarket charger to charge them up individually, but they make them.
Julie bought one for a flashlight that she took apart.
Yeah.
It's like she took it apart to get to the battery, to charge the battery, but it was a one-way path.
There's
I thought that it was electrical contacts between one and another.
Mechanical post.
So there's 5 packs of 4.
These aren't, I don't know that much about them, but they're not swollen, they don't look bad or anything.
Yeah. They used to be $1 a piece. Nowadays, it probably costs you $5 a piece.
So yeah, they're doing 2 pair.
Well, I figured they had to because you've got to get the amperage and the voltage. And the way to do that is with a series parallel dealy bob.
So that should be able to deliver about 3 amps per pair. What's this say? 4. Okay.
Close enough.
You reason we shouldn't do this?
Not really.
Not that I can think of.
Boom!
As long as you only got
As
one
long
wire
as you
at a
don't-
time.
Yeah, as long as they don't cross each other or whatever.
Well, I wasn't thinking
Never
in
let the
terms of
strings
that. I was
cross.
thinking somebody should say, "Oh no, we'll never be able to put that together."
Well, we
Yeah,
it's already
You cross that bridge.
it's already done.
Yeah, that bridge is smoking.
You're never going to get it back together now.
Well,
Why?
not the same way it was to begin with.
That's true.
It could just take a lot of work.
Do you have the patience to do it, Barry?
I'm just saying. It could be done. It's just going to be some work.
So you said the Prius uses little batteries? I thought it had good sized cells with the packs.
So
It
a Prius, honestly, I could bring you in because I still have a bunch of them, is an aluminum plate box, about yay big, about yay thing, about that wide. And then there's two of those blades paired. And then there's 38 sets of those or something in the battery pack.
and they're these batteries.
There are like 9 or 15 or something of those in each blade.
There's like dozens and dozens and dozens of videos on YouTube that show people taking apart car battery. That's why I thought it was a car battery, because a lot of them are in tubes.
Well, so that's the downside of the Prius is they are sealed in an aluminum body. You can't get to them. On a lot of the other hybrid cars, so like Ford and stuff, they are like a C-cell battery that are wrapped in like that blue stuff or cellophane green, and then there's 2 pairs of 5 of those in each blade, and you can take them apart and swap them and
You
shrink wrap them.
basically pull the entire blade out and stick a new blade in, and
Or
sometimes you
slice
have,
the thing and swap the C cells out because they're, those are a lot easier to swap out than these little things because these are all welded together usually.
but the car balance chargers are usually programmable, so you can go back in with the right programmable program, and it'll run diagnostics on all your batteries, and then you can tell it, oh yes, this 3.2 is normal for this pack or whatever, and that's where it's going to keep that pack sitting at.
Cool.
It's fascinating. It's fascinating technology.
So each of the Prius blades, brand spanking new, is just shy of 9 volts. So, and usually you're running around 7 something after it's been ran for a little bit. But at 300 and some thousand miles, most of my good ones were at 7.8.
Yeah, I think one of those car people that I watch, I think that's what he said, that batteries should normally be
Yeah,
sitting
they're
around.
still good. I had a couple that were running at 7.2.
Well,
But-
he's the one guy that I was watching. He was the one that was saying how you could trick the charger into, if your batteries just are always sitting at like 7.2,
Yeah.
you just tell the charger, okay, that's normal for this.
Well, so the Prius has a smart thing in there, and as long as all the packs are within 0.2 volts or something, like so, you could be up or minus +2 or 0.2 or whatever, 0.3, somewhere in that. It didn't care. When they start getting out of that,
That's when it starts.
you get a thermal problem, and then you start getting. So the trick to that is you rotate those to the outside, so they stay cooler, and then.
This guy, he had a car that apparently had some sort of radiator or something to keep the batteries cool,
Yeah.
water cooled. Really cool setup.
If I'd want to do that with a lithium-ion battery pack.
It was a really cool setup, but he pulled down the battery, and even though the radiator was there,
Did you see that?
no,
No, but I watched you jump.
Well, I felt it got hot, I saw it arc, and I smelled it.
yeah, you don't want to, don't
I
catch
say I can
lithium
smell
ion
that.
on fire. That's
Not a good idea.
Just pull one of the batteries apart. There it
I
goes.
think I arced between them because the post has got a little burn mark on it.
So there's a little juice in some of them.
Yeah.
So he had 2 cars, identical cars. He pulled one down, he was going to do a battery swap
Mm-hmm.
because the one had been wrecked and the other one was good, but it had a bad battery. So pulled the good battery down, expecting to find water cooling and just all kinds of extra, nothing in there at all, nothing.
Yeah.
He pulled the bad battery down. It had all the water cooling and everything in place. So whoever had the car took out the water cooling part and said, he goes, oh, that's probably why they thought it was running hot, because they took out the part
Cooling.
to keep it cool. Morons. I'm like, Well, there's more work for you because you got to move the water cooler over too. But
I've
whatever.
never heard of them having a water cool in them before.
It's,
Wonder what that was in.
I can't remember. I'll see if I can find the
And maybe
video.
Teslas are water cooled.
Oh, yeah.
I'll see if I can.
Well, you were saying pulling the battery down. That's the only car I think that has a battery. You have to drop out the bottom because it's like most of the other ones are packed that slide right out from under the seat or something.
Depends because this guy he gets a lot of weird cars from.
I know the Cybertruck. The battery pack is the bottom frame.
Yeah, well the Tesla is like that, but he gets a lot of weird cars from wherever to work on,
Yeah.
and a lot of them you drop a pan and there's the battery and everything, but they're all the same. It's all like blades, and you can pull blades from a different set of batteries and stick in there and get them rebalanced. And
Well, that's the.
Well, there's an episode of Cheers where Woody says, "Won't take me any time at all to set up this VCR because they gave me a tape on how to do it." And the people in the bar just start calling out numbers. There's no discussion about it. And then you hear this, "Hey!" This is, who had 8 minutes? So, my theory to go along with this is this scooter should go a lot faster because it's so much lighter now.
Yeah.
It should. Makes sense to me.
You're just
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go
Are-
down here.
Are any of those hot? Because I'm smelling something.
I
That was the
couldn't
one
tell you
I
nothing
ordered.
about them.
And I don't feel
I think they're kind of neat. I haven't. I sat in one once. I've never been in one. Never got to play with one. I'd like to. But they had an S3 at the showroom there, and Kenwood hopped in it because the door was up.
You can power your
The
robot
back golf wing door or whatever.
for a couple of days with this.
I thought. it
Well,
was
now
kinda
that
neat.
it's all out of the tube, I'm scared of it.
I'd really like to sit in a Cybertruck
With
and
the
see-
metal hole.
Is there a date somewhere in the
Oh, I
the
don't know.
Yeah, every battery should have a date on it.
2022 854. I don't.
2021.
I don't know. 2022.
Surprised it had a problem in it. Somebody probably just let it run down.
2023, 2022, 2023, 2022. These are all.
I was gonna say, if they're only 2 or 3 years old, they should have another 5 years or better on them.
2023, 2022. Well, this
Well-
one's a 21. This one isn't marked, but it might be on the other side.
I'll say that's weird that they'd be that far apart though on
Yeah.
the same pack, unless they were just leftover parts.
Chinese.
Yeah, I understand.
2022, 2022. I don't see anything like real new, but I don't see anything real old either. So.
Well,
you try to
there is a good
charge-
point though. Those are the years of the bad.
try to charge
Do you ever watch the
and see
the
if it works.
what was it, all those battle bots, the post-COVID battle bots, like 2021, 22, that most of them explode in flames because the batteries are so bad. A couple of them exploded just driving off the start line. They're on fire because they were made so crappy during COVID at the first couple of years.
Well, I was trying to rehabilitate a tablet that Julie had when she was in nursing school to hook up a small LED camera to,
Uh-huh.
so I could carry it in. And it won't take a charge. It simply won't. I don't know whether it's even worth the effort to open it up for that utility or not.
Probably the battery got down. It's critical.
Yeah.
And it just weird.
Low.
Sometimes you can jump them and get them to take a charge again, but
She's got so many tablets that
yeah.
So I don't think any of these were temperature wires or anything. They wouldn't have used this size wire for that.
No, that's the
well, that's the only
Yeah,
possibility.
but if
That would
this
have done all its own blocking.
if this would have sensed thermal runaway or something, this would have shut the charger off.
Right.
Just completely. Just
yeah. I'm gonna say that 'cause those are just where
at least in theory.
the came from the charging thing or out to the motor, one or the other.
2 good sized red wires, 1 black, blue, and a yellow.
Sounds like an input output.
And only the red and black were hooked up. The others just went through. Okay, so voltage out here,
Yeah.
3 wires to run the motor. Duh. Cool.
Input for the plug. Charge the scooter.
All right. Are we dividing up the batteries, or do I take them home?
I really don't want that.
They'd be fun to play with, but I ain't got nothing to charge them with, and I've never gotten into toying with them. I've looked at buying them many a times because I thought I was going to be able to rebuild my Prius battery pack for like, $675 back in the day. But then I learned that they're all sealed.
Now, this goes back and gives you some of my age. Mr. B, this is a starter kit.
If you need them etched, we can toss them in here real quick. Anybody wants to play? Don't recommend etching in here though. But if anybody wants to play in the menus and look around on it, I brought the cord.
So sadly, to me, the most valuable part there are those long wires.
Yeah.
That's like 60 strands.
Yeah, I think the wires are probably more important than anything else.
Yeah, silicon insulated, they're high temperature.
You're right. That's probably what those are for. Those are for
Motor drive.
like an S.
Does anybody want any of these?
He's
I
tempted.
can see
He's tempted.
He's tempted.
I have nothing to put them in.
I probably would have taken them before we took them apart. Now I'm a little nervous about them being.
Here's a transport tube for them.
Well,
You want one to
sort of.
transport?
You're going to make me take one of these, aren't you?
Does anybody have a tab welder?
No.
I have made one out of a capacitor.
Yeah.
They're easy
Doesn't
to
work
make.
very well.
Don't take much. I'm sure you got all the stuff laying around. You could slap one together in an afternoon.
That
If
makes
not, they're on
sense.
Amazon for about $10.
2 motors.
Huh?
Now, the speed control plugged into this end,
In the motors.
and that end plugged into the bottom of the tube that had a connector for the rear motor or front motor. I don't know.
Motor.
Yeah. I have seen bicycles with the front motor, and that seems like it would be very wrong. But I don't know. Cars do okay with front wheel drive.
Just trying to get them all back in
Well, the web is hitting the, house over here. Okay. These are all set with the same polarity, so there's nothing that's going to short out on that.
Okay. At least in theory.
Later on, when Leroy's car burns to the ground.
Yeah, please don't burn my car to the ground. It's the only one I got. I will take 4, I guess. I don't need them.
Barry, 4 for you.
Barry doesn't need them either. Barry's going to take them just because.
They power LEDs, right?
Yeah, you'll see it light up really fast and go out.
And how did I end up with 5?
So
Magic. Here. You can end up with 6. You've got 2 tubes. There's a tube and there's a tube.
Have 8.
And so they,
I would like to charge 10.
Well, we've got a little solar panel. And trickle charge these back up and then
Okay, I try to run a program.
run an LED without power.
Let's see. Oh,
You remember Close Encounters of the Third Kind, the movie?
yes.
I wrote this song.
almost.
No,
I think you missed a jump there.
he jumps to the other program. Something is wrong.
Oh, that's warm.
There's
Come on, man.
a bug in the program. Let me check.
You want a laser printer, Vicente?
What?
A laser printer?
That one?
Do you want it?
No, I saw it. I already have one.
You can have another one.
No? HP, right?
Yeah.
Could use it for parts.
No, nobody wants this big heavy sucker. I went to Miami University auction and got Steve. One of the very first things that they sold was the microscope.
Nice. I
So,
have one.
couldn't believe what I got it for. But we go around. It's a mess. There's probably 75 people crammed into this little room trying to all bid on stuff, and I have no idea what they're
Bid
actually
you can't see.
selling.
Yeah.
because you can't see. But one of the Oculuses that they had sold for $75, and I sat and went, but it was missing like at least one controller,
Yeah.
and it was the old model. It wasn't the 2. It was the Oculus One,
Yeah.
the original. And I'm like, there's no way I would spend
I
that.
still
on
got it in
that.
the car if you want it back.
No. No. Then they got around to the microscope that I wanted, that I thought it went for almost $350.
Wow.
Not quite,
That was the one with the camera mount?
with the camera mount. And I'm kind of like, yeah, that might have been worth it. Oh, you're not going to believe what these 3D printers brought. Oh,
All those little ones, mini bots.
the mini bots. The mini. Almost $200 a piece.
What the fluff?
Really?
That is pretty much what I said too, because I mean, you can go to Micro Center and get a full size printer for
Yeah.
$250,
Say the
$300.
Ender's down to like 129 or something like that.
The
Ender 3s.
the Persa went for Persa went for over $200, which might have been a decent deal, I guess, if they're still selling those for.
Yeah. They start out at about 600, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Might have been, but then they got to the rolls of filament. Now, apparently the Lunchbots used the 2.85 millimeter filament instead of the 1.75,
Mm-hmm.
which, fine. I had already decided there was only like a couple of rolls in there that I could actually use because most of it was 2.85. The 3 boxes of filament brought over $400.
How many rolls?
Not enough to justify $400. All used.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say they were open.
okay. I
and
would have gone maybe $3 a roll if I wasn't sure how much was on them.
some of them were kind of low, but a lot of them were all right in the picture.
A lot of them were fine, but
But they were all open, so the water.
they were open. You have no idea how long they had been sitting around. A lot of them were probably 99% of it was 2.85 millimeter, which meant they probably went with those flood spots. Fine. $400 flipping dollars.
Auctions, there's no logic involved with it. Julie and I went to an auction and I spotted a nice rice. And I said, okay, this is my top bid on that. And the starting bid was more than my top bid. So we're driving home and Julie says, how'd your bid go on that stationary clamp thingy? It's like,
Stationary clamp.
yeah.
Stationary clamp thingy.
So I ended up doing some work for a certified welder, and I got a big Columbia vise. When you open it up, you can stick a claw hammer from handle to head in the vise. And I took a picture of it and sent it to my nephew, and he says, I could use a vise like that. I sent back a note and I said, tell Julie at the funeral the big stationary clamp thingy is yours. That was like, I didn't know what I was talking about.
He got done with the room of general electronics, and most of what was left was restaurant equipment. I didn't really stay to see what the restaurant stuff sold, but he had 3 buildings this time instead of just one building. The other 2 buildings were full of restaurant equipment and some other miscellaneous stuff. He had a table that had an all-in-one computer, that the printer that I got, and some office supplies and some other miscellaneous junk was the very last thing he sold. So I was there pretty much all damn day.
To get the end.
The all-in-one, he sold the all-in-one. He sold all the stationary stuff, all the office equipment, and all the printer and all that stuff. Got it all for $5. So I'm not upset, but the damn computer doesn't work.
Yeah.
The computer doesn't work.
Did you bring it with you?
No,
I can take a look at it.
Any idea what the issue is?
I think it's the power supply.
It's possible it's the power switch. It might just be worn out. If you probe the back of the power supply connector, you may have it turn on.
Hot pump it.
That purple wire should be on.
Like I said, it does make a little bit of noise, and it's coming from the power supply.
Well, yeah, but the power supply always is running because it's got a standby.
No,
But you connect from
it's
standby.
making like a hum.
Does it change when you push the button?
It goes away.
Okay.
Yeah, it goes away. It sounds like a cap is discharging.
Mm-hmm.
If the cap is bad, you know, you've heard them. They go, well, it's more like a whistle. It's more like a.
Okay, when a cat makes that sound, you step back and unplug it.
It's more like a kind of a whistly kind of sound. My guess is something in the power supply is weak. It's able to power up stuff, but is not able to actually power the processor. The
It's got
processor.
enough power to run the monitor. That's
I
weird
know
to
it's
me.
weird. The whole thing is weird. It doesn't act like anything I've ever seen before in my life. And I've troubleshooted hundreds of computers. But
in the comments instead of the program.
I ended up with
This is-
digital speakers.
This is the
Digital
code,
speakers.
code.
I'm like,
This is part of the code.
when I first looked at
code,
that box of junk,
the format.
I went,
Yeah.
it's just speakers. I plugged them in and they're
That's why.
Dolby 5.1 surround
Something is wrong.
speakers. I'm like, $5, okay, I'll take these. I ended up with 185 watt power supply for the Dell, which I thought might actually charge this battery, but it doesn't. But it's a good power supply. I ended up, and it looks like it's a brand new power supply. I ended up with a Dell docking station. I ended up with that printer that I don't want. But inside that printer, just like Steve was saying, there was a whole ream of paper. And you know that paper is worth $5.
Yeah, paper is getting expensive.
So
Forgot
you don't
expensive.
get paper, you get the printer.
I don't understand why it's so high.
Because the market for it is rapidly diminishing.
I was gonna say, the international paper quit making it to such a degree that there's a shortage. Because they do like to manipulate the market like that.
Well, I don't know why it's expensive, but the last ream of paper that I bought was like $15 or something.
I
Yeah.
just steal it from work. I thought that's what everybody did.
Work won't miss this.
When I worked at the printing company, at one point, I forget why, but some company in Brazil wanted us to try their paper. And they sent us 4 pallets of paper. And we're printing with Xerox 6135s, 135 page per minute laser printers. We had 7 of them. You put paper into those things a case at a time if you were doing cheap stock. This stuff comes wrapped in reams of about 50 sheets. And Gino calls the company, says, we'd love to try your paper. It seems to be fine, but we can't unwrap it fast enough to use it. And I said, we'll fix it. What can you use the most? He said, boxes of 5,000 sheets, unwrapped, or roll. So they sent 4 rolls of paper, 6 feet in diameter, 24 inches wide, and another 4 pallets of boxes of paper. It was great paper, honestly. Gina's like, okay, what do you want us to do with the old 4 pallets? Oh, just give it away. Okay, so that sat in one corner of the warehouse for 2 years. Anybody needs paper, take this. And it really, really was nice paper. I used to go around there because we not only did printing, we did warehousing. So we had hundreds of tons of paper to go into the printer and hundreds of tons that had already come out that we were just holding until somebody would need a ream of this form. And I'd walk around like, oh, that'll look good. I had so many 10 or 12 sheets of paper from so many different places. If I ever needed to do a recommendation, I could do it on letterhead. It was hilarious.
I don't remember. We needed paper for something, and we ended up going to Myers, and it was like $12 or $13, or it was an insane amount of money for just
Paper.
just typing paper,
Yeah, that
printing
Myers
paper.
is probably expensive.
For you,
No.
That's really cool.
Double click to turn it on. Oh, no. Real double click. Tick, tick. If you hold it in, it comes on.
like a man, you know. Tick, tick.
Click, click.
Okay. Double click. Tap, tap.
My finger doesn't work.
It starts out at the level that you left off at. So it has memory. It's got 4 or 5 levels going to really effing bright. If you triple click, it lights up the LEDs on the side of it. Now click once.
Oh,
Gotcha. Click once again. That's ultraviolet, though in a glow-in-the-dark box case, it doesn't work.
That's efficiency are 1,000 times more intense now than in the 70s, in the
oh, it slows down.
1978 or
No, it
something.
goes back and forth.
These LEDs now with the same current will be
Just
1,000
Throw that
times
up on the
brighter.
dashboard.
1,000. The technology of LEDs are amazing.
And a long hold to turn off any mode.
I'm blind.
I got like 10 of those things for $4 a
I think
piece.
it's too ready to lunch. Go.
Ready?
It's a tone.
That's supposed to be close
There's a
encounters?
note out of. I need to.
USB-C rechargeable. It's got magnets on the bottom of it to stick it to something if you need that to help light things up. And they're pretty strong.
Hey, Mr. Ray.
I'm very happy with this.
We got a new laser cutter, Mr. Ray.
You did?
Right there. You see it?
Yeah.
Give you an idea of size.
Is this fiber or
No.
Good diode.
then?
That would be Barry. Barry
How
got himself
much
a
is-
laser cutter.
Well, it's not a cutter, it's an etcher.
Etcher. It'll cut
How much?
if you try.
I got it for $50.
That's not bad.
If you try really hard, it'll cut.
I wonder how it knows that it went off of the thing that it's supposed to be etching.
I don't know. It has a optical. So like I watched a little video that they're like, and that was one of the things they kind of talked about on it too. Is like just because your print will fit on the material, there's a disc area that the laser looks at. So if that laser area of that disc goes off the material, it'll trigger the safety. So even if you're, so if you're inside, like you're printing a square or something like that, if that laser optic goes off somewhere during the process, it'll trigger a failsafe and stop.
$50 is retail, or did you get that?
No,
at an auction?
it's like $200. I got it on the auction for $50, and it was said was in good condition. I don't think they ever turned it on. Well, I mean, they might have turned it on. They never cut anything because the material hadn't been used, and all the stuff was in it. It had been opened, but it hadn't been used. So, but
They looked at it and went, I'm not messing with this.
yeah, well, and that's so there's a big vent tube here, and it's got like a 4-foot thing to duct the fumes away, and then the manual says, you want to put that on a collector or an air cleaner or something to suck all the fumes out. And I was like, dude, it's a piece of balsa wood. I tossed it in the garage, and I was like, I'll burn it out there. And I don't care, Now, I don't know if I'd do plastic without a.
What's the power of the laser?
It's 3 watt.
3.
But this model has a 3 watt, a 5 watt, and a 10 watt laser. The 5 watt will cut 10 millimeter wood, and then the 10 watt will cut 20 millimeter. But it's a little entry thing. They said it's really good, and I was like, $50, I'll give it a shot. Learn how to do it. I don't know what I'm doing, Ray, so if anybody wants to teach me where to go get prints from.
So, guy that I was talking about earlier that got the nickel across the 9-volt battery,
Yeah.
ordered one at home.
No PC.
And I said, no problem. So he says,
That's
do you mind if I smoke? I'll hold the cigarette outside the window. So he pushes in the cigarette lighter and starts to light his cigarette. And he just starts gagging and coughing. And I realized, the last time I used that cigarette lighter was to fuse the end of a nylon rope. Yeah, I'm thinking if you do plastic,
Whatever you.
you do it. Use a fan.
So there's just a couple screws. You can swap that laser tube out with the other 2 modules, and then you put whatever on, and there's just a toggle switch in the software to flip which laser's in it.
It's amazing. What are the odd screws on the back for?
So
I was looking at it.
you can take those 4 off and then raise it, and then there's a rotary attachment that you can go underneath and do mugs and stuff. Or that plate can flip over too and do mounts because there's rails.
Oh yeah, rotary.
So, but
Nice.
it costs more for the rotary kit than what I spent for the thingy. But you can buy it all new as a kit for like $220 for the 3 watt laser. 10 watts about $400. So it's about
Lower it for
$100 for each for the difference between the.
I mean, you can buy just the laser on
I have an
AliExpress.
open.
Yeah.
I have an
Oh,
open
so
frame.
they're like $70 or
Five
something.
watts. An open frame. And I can cut like 5 millimeters wood.
Okay, what is Hudley Go?
Hudley Go is the software to control the camera. So it's got,
Yeah. Okay, cool.
so I can zoom and I can move it up and around, or I could put it back to where it was.
Cool.
And it works now that I actually have a decent USB cable. It wasn't working. It refused to work.
You only had data go in one direction.
You guys want to see the menu and what all's in it and stuff? Or?
Yeah, let's play. Let's cut stuff.
I wouldn't recommend the cutting part.
Why not? We've already burnt batteries. Why not?
I don't lazy. And the power supply is
Oh yeah, it's the.
I want to know why it keeps doing that.
I like the design.
I think because Barry bumped your cable.
It came on for about half a second. Yeah.
I'm setting. Plug it in.
What's the size of the area? 6 by 6 inches.
It's it's
4 by 4.
100 millimeter by 100 millimeter.
I think
Print
we're gonna have
area.
to plug it in.
Maybe get closer to another outlet.
Do we
somewhere.
have a
Extension cord?
extension cord? It's glued down. That one's glued down.
I never thought about it not being able to plug into the stick out thing. But yeah, so it was kind of funny because the one guy's video, these are fairly new. They just came out a few months ago, I guess. And
Nope, that won't work.
just get it on the chair, I guess. So they what was I gonna say?
I don't know. What were you going to say?
There's not a whole lot. Oh, I know that the guy was complaining. The only complaint he had is he couldn't get the USB to work. On a USB stick, it's supposed to port, like if you put pictures on a USB stick and plug it in, it downloaded to the SD card on board, but I never could get it to work either. But if you plug it into the computer, the SD card pops up on your computer like a USB stick.
It's
So
asking
then you
for a
could
password.
punch in. But so then like the project, so then like the has examples, but an SD card. So I copied my little Yoda in there.
Parallel without any kind of protection. Usually you put protection between series devices.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
So if we actually hit a button, is it going to
No,
start?
so it comes up with the options, and then you can say you're going to engrave, right? So, because that's all this laser can do, and then you can pick your material. So there's
Other kinds.
and then bring the
Maybe.
well. So it's got like a little touchy screen thing. It's a little sensitive. It doesn't work real good with this. But, and then you can
Your
power levels, and then the auto zero in and stuff. But let's see if we go back here. And, if you change the settings to one of the other lasers, so then it goes to 160 samples, and then it'll cut out stuff and all kinds of ornaments, and so then let's say
Alien. You need to recalibrate your touch screen.
well, it's got a little touch pen. I forgot to bring it. But then like I said, the USB stick, if you plug it in the computer, it works fine. But then like you can make your folders and put your different pictures in there, and So I tried to do this cat, but I don't know if you saw like only half of it did, so I don't know if it's something to do with the wood. It didn't burn real good on this side at all, because even the Yoda didn't burn too good.
Try it on paper.
Yeah.
Correct the tone.
You can do like
I think your speaker just can't make
thing.
No,
a low enough
I
note.
have
Check the level.
one frequency is not correct.
It's
So
you're missing
Oh,
the
the
return
prefabs are
back up
a
to
little
the
weirder than you're
seventh
running.
note, sixth note.
right now you've got set that you've got a 10-watt.
Is
Yeah.
the note number 3?
But like, so if I pick mine, you can,
That
So your fifth note
I am missing
isn't lower.
one tone completely.
Yeah,
I
your
jumped.
fifth note should be lower.
somewhere.
There should be 6 total.
Oh, that's what it is. So you can like drag it around, and that'll outline where it's supposed to go. They're supposed to, the other lasers, I guess, drop a little blue dot and then traces where it's going to do it. I haven't opened it because I don't have the goggles, so I'm afraid to mess with it open. But inverting colors does that. Burns instead of.
you need more like line art for this than
Well,
something
that
with
was
color.
the thing. It's like I have no idea where to go get laser stuff. 3D print stuff you can find everywhere, but I couldn't find laser engraving things anywhere.
It's an
Hardly.
SVC file, right?
Huh?
SVC, right?
SVC or
SVG.
or a PNG or it'll accept like 4 or 5 different things, but for the most part, it wants SVC or whatever.
SVGs.
And Lightwave will, or Lightburn will export into that if you change the save as. But like I said, it's kind of cool. I just didn't know. For the price tag, I figured it'd be a good entry.
So do you
figure out-
just drop the SVG file in there, or do you actually have to create G code for it first?
So if it might burn, you create your stuff
Yeah.
and then save it as, and then dump it in, like I did that picture from the USB cable. I don't know where the SD card is. I'm guessing it's in there, embedded in the machine somewhere. It's like a 16 gig or 32 gig. I forget. It says how big it is. But I would have thought it. Yeah, that comes off. So then there's a little dial here to adjust the height of the laser. And there's
Cute little stepper.
a little hammer that sets the height that you need for the laser autofocus. So left that on the desk, but I didn't want to lose it. But like, so if you got the rotary attachment underneath it or whatever, then you can lower it down to your mug and you go back and forth while it rotates.
You just needed to get it. See, I think your cat actually turned out better than any of your others,
Yeah,
even though it didn't completely.
went off the board and quit at 70%. Yeah, I was kind of surprised it came back out, and it was like, because the screen goes to sleep real fast, so I don't know if there was a timer on it and changed or whatever, but then when you tap the screen, it came back on, and it was like, out of bounds, material, blah, 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 failure, and I was like, oh. But like I said, the cat was a prefet. I tried the cat, and I was trying to learn where to put the material. The smush.
How do you protect the surface when you are cutting material?
What's that?
I mean, you cut through the material and hit this surface.
Oh, so the 3-watt laser won't cut through the material. The 5 and 10 will, but I don't guess it matters much. But that plate will flip over.
How you calibrate the
So then it's got, if you're doing cutting,
okay, and you flip the
you flip the plate, and then you
Nice.
do your little mounts. So for etching, though, that's the
So-
size for etching.
So really, in theory, because they sell bigger, you could upgrade the laser.
Yeah, you can swap the laser. They now make 4 lasers for it now. There's and the options in the firmware are already on this one for the 10 watt.
This is for the focus, right?
Yeah. So it just lowers it up and down, and then you can like take it off and swap the module with one of the other modules if you want to put one of the other lasers on it. But I was looking them online, like AliExpress, they were like $70 or something for the other ones. So you just pick which one you want, and then
How you know how to adjust the height?
so there's a little plastic hammer that
Okay,
hangs here.
and you put under
You put it on the material, and then lower the laser tip to the top
make
of
the
that hammer,
focus. Okay.
and then slide the hammer out. But so I said I forgot that part. I didn't left it on the table. But
Now, you said that you haven't found where the card goes?
yeah, so there's an built-in SD card somewhere. I would have thought they made that where you could do that, but there's all there is the USB port. So and I plugged this USB-C cable into the. It's got a USB-C to A
The design
cord.
is really
When I
clever.
plug that into the computer,
Nice.
it pops up as like a USB drive.
Like a
Yeah,
flash
so
drive,
you can
yeah.
just drop your files or make
Nice.
folders or. So I was like, that's kind of cool. And then so those come off, and then you can raise it higher.
You move everything, okay.
Yeah, that one 3D printer I've got does that. You plug it in and it just shows up as drives. You just drop the files in there.
I don't know, for the price, it's kind of slick little. It's a plug and play. Don't have to know what you're doing, but then it also at the same time, it's like
You have to know a little bit, Barry.
the 3 watts. It's like your 3 watts, you probably are right. If you got one of the others, you're gonna want your goggles, and the goggles don't come with it.
Well, I'll make you an offer for that.
Will you?
Yep.
Is that your play money from the other day?
Take a look at that.
Looks real. But, fire.
Motion picture money. Wonder how many people get suckered by this stuff.
Does it feel right?
No. Well, it does for watered up paper.
Yeah.
I remember somebody talking about that they were buying that by the pack and they're actually using it in places because kids don't know any better. They just take it unless they.
Yeah, not hundreds.
You'd
Most
be
places
surprised.
mark 100, but 20s I could see you getting away with. But if you get caught, you're gonna have to pucker your butt for a while
Yeah,
because the feds don't play around with that.
it really doesn't feel right though.
Yeah. Yeah, I spent more than enough time behind it till I got to where I
Doesn't
quit
fit.
marking marking bills because
You have
Yeah, so it has an attachment and then like a 4-foot exhaust hose.
it comes with it.
Yeah.
Wow.
But well, it's only like this long, but then when you pull it out, it's long enough to reach something.
Does it make that cool?
Yeah, it's
I
like a
wonder
big
if I could go
accordion.
down to Microsoft
It's really
and
nice
buy
quality,
a
heavy
new
duty. The
computer.
little
I need
plug
one.
screws right on the end of it. It's really sweet, but I didn't bring in all that because I didn't figure we'd do anything here. But
So it's gonna come in 2 boxes?
That's a fantastic
Did it come in 2
find.
boxes?
You- I mean,
it
you
fits
found
inside that.
you
Really?
found
Collapse.
something that you just don't
That's
see
what
very
I
often.
mean, it pulls out. It's like that long. It's crazy.
From
Kind of
that
nice. I
distance,
figured I'd sit it on the little thing
it's
and put it out the
passable
window
for
out in the
reference.
garage is where I'd like to
Well,
put it.
that's why they use it in
Oh.
motion pictures.
Yeah,
I mean, you just
And then there's a
you
little
see it
motor,
on the screen, you don't
so it pulls all the
you
fumes
don't
out on
realize
its
what it
own.
says, unless they focus right on top of it or something.
Oh, they even fake the constellations on it.
Yeah, except
They're wrong, but they're there.
well, and paper money is got like a weave to it. It's like
Yeah.
that doesn't have the weave.
Well, the paper, not paper, it's cotton.
It's you're right.
Yeah.
We
Right.
call it paper money.
my brother-in-law was a special agent for the IRS. LS is the guy that carried a pistol.
Maybe they have a bigger model,
Specialized on
same design.
Well, so Algo
Yes,
Laser's been
it's
around
mostly-
for a while. They make like a full big
And
desk thing
they
without the
had
thing. This is their first
a guy
small form factor.
indicated he put all his
starter
money
one.
in this size suitcase.
I said man, they
And
only
he
came
went
out
down
like 4 or
to
5
the
months
Fed,
ago, I think.
The Federal Reserve in Kansas City.
Just like an intro to learn how to play with one and see if you like it before you sink real money into
$1
them.
million cash to see if he could get it in the
They had it on
suitcase.
the auction the other day. I was like, oh,
And
it was at $30. I
I
was
thought
hoping
at
to.
first, he checked
but
it
it
out.
ended up-
And he says, oh, hell no.
I went
They
up to
let me
50
out
and
the
I
door.
won at 50. So
Yeah, $1 million in $100 bills is
I wasn't sure if I was
2
going to get it or
suitcases
not, but I
worth.
just thought
small suitcases.
before I
You're not
bugged
gonna get it
Ray
in
and tried to get a
briefcase,
big
that's for
model.
sure.
Well, $1 million
Learn
is
how to use
1,000,
one first.
Yeah.
So 10,000 of these bills will be it.
Yep.
Where he's probably laughing at
You
it.
want to make
That's
a
not a
dollar?
laser.
Yeah.
You want to make a dollar? I give you 51.
He's
51.
going to do the. That's not a laser. This is a laser.
Oh, it's kind of cute. I just don't know what to. I don't know where to get prints really for it, other than make stuff in laser, or was it light burn or whatever.
One of the reasons I wanted one about that size, I saw a business card once
Yeah.
that
So-
was laser cut with gears in it. And it was, I mean, it was 3 layers of paper thick.
It came with an aluminum anodized black business card that hadn't been etched yet.
Cool.
So I figured I'd want to learn how to do it before I did the metal.
Yeah.
Because I figured this stuff's a whole lot cheaper than the metal stuff, but it came with this one. Said no.
It's
they had-
free shipping.
Yeah. There you go.
178
yeah.
free shipping.
There's a. I said if it has the rotary thing to do the mugs, it's only like another $20 or $30 if you buy it as a kit.
I've got one of the Chinese CNC machines I've never put together, but it's got the tool, the CNC rotary tool thing, and it's got a diode laser.
This one is more expensive.
And I've never put it together. I've never messed with it.
I'm going to get rid of it.
Not really. I mean, I don't have room for it, but it's in a box, so it's not really taking up room.
It's so expensive.
And sooner or later, I'll get it
It's
together.
one- it's 1.5
get rid of.
and
I
the
think I
price
paid
is
$150
more
for it.
expensive. Maybe
Well.
because infrared.
I was gonna say
And
that's the new
it
laser. I
showed
don't
up.
know much
I
about
opened it up
that.
to make
Maybe
sure
the-
everything was
the
good.
frequency or something.
Put it on the shelf
Yeah,
and never went back to
1064
it. It's one of those
10
projects.
That's why you
nanometer.
able to get
Maybe
that
you
for
can cut or do something that is not possible.
One of
nowadays.
those projects.
1.5.
Well,
Yeah. No.
maybe
yeah.
the frequency that can
I
cut different
want to
stuff.
say,
Yeah. What was that?
think,
I haven't looked up much
I
on
think
that
this
because I just saw
diode
that
laser
Maybe
a couple
it's
days
not
is a
ago.
lot bigger
blue
than
or-
that.
More is
20
infrared.
watt. I think it'll actually
So-
do.
But the
It's
options in the
serious
menu
work.
on this one too, so,
Uh,
but the original
I know
model was just
if
the
you
five,
look on the
3,
internet,
5, and 10.
There's a guy
So they
called,
come out with
I
another
believe,
laser
One and a
module.
half.
and I believe
Huh?
his name
1.5.
is
Wow.
Marius.
Well, it's a completely different laser.
Whataburger, something like
Yeah,
that.
it's for,
And he had a Vizio
this
where
is,
he bought a combination laser welder cutter cleaner that also
And once you
plugs
spin the
in.
dial and then put in your email address.
Always-
you always win.
And
Yeah,
he's making
you always win,
Yeah,
and
always.
they get your email.
$200 always.
parts, half
But
inch.
yeah, so I don't know what that other laser
And it
can
was
do.
really
So I
pretty
haven't
cool
looked it up
because,
yet, but I did a lot of digging
you would
around on what
cut
the 3,
the
5, and
pattern.
10 differences were.
Three
Uses
watts.
spacers,
And this is
And
the
then
same,
go
but
through.
in red.
and
Yeah, you can
It's
get
like-
it black or red, and
not the cheap
I
little
know
things
that.
you
One
see
is-
on the YouTube.
Say,
where they're
five
going through a
watts.
building. No, this was the real high deal.
$50 more.
Yeah.
but they sell the tubes, so you could literally buy the 3 watt and buy the 10 watt and swap them in.
Now
If you wanted.
The price go.
It's in their parts store. I was looking on the parts store because
10 watts, 300 $300.
yeah. Well, I was gonna say, I thought it was kind of cool for $50,
Yes.
brand new, unused, open box.
PayPal.
Probably spent too much for it, but
Yeah, that's a good
that's what I figured. But as I said, the other two, like if you do the 5 or 10 watt, you need to buy the goggles because the shield's not quite enough to
deal. That's hilarious.
stop the lasers. The 10 actually has a cup that covers the laser and has another shield on it that magnetically attaches. I thought that was missing for a minute until I was digging in the manual.
Yeah, they are selling direct.
What's this?
without-
Oh,
It's where you can
free
get
SVG.
SVG files.
I got you. Cartoon.
They have a big
See, I think you want more like line art
Yeah,
when you do color though. So.
But this is
Well,
CO,
so that's the thing is like
CO2.
so light burn. I watched a little tutorial on light burn, and they've got like 28 presettings, and you can set the colors so that how dark
Yeah.
it gets, you know,
They
for the
have all
different
kind of-
shades.
And you
Design,
you can kind of
kind
do
So
like a
you can-
grayscale kind of
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what was kind of, I don't know if you can see, it's like his shoulder pads are white in the picture, so they didn't cut, right, or etch. So I was like, so if I grade that in the picture, then it would have done some shading to it, but I didn't. I didn't know if it's because I put the laser on full, so you can't see a whole lot of the detail. I mean, you can if you look really close. So then that's what this one, I tried to do a lower one, but then like half of it didn't burn, so I didn't know because of the way the cat didn't burn, if it just this side of the material
And
was
you can
reflecting
break
too much or
it
something or
with
what.
this frequency.
But no, like I said, I have no idea what I'm doing. I stuck it in print, and that's what I've done so far.
That was reading the training manual.
Yeah. Well, I didn't read the manual.
The manual was push the button.
Yeah.
Push the button.
So I read about one of the 30-some pages in the manual.
Yeah,
he read. He got down to push the button. Okay.
Yeah.
You can make
You got the
stencils
manual, you
for
look
this
at it.
week, for this
Yeah.
week. It's a little.
I know how this works. Push the button.
Well, I'd watched a couple of videos on it. And,
Yeah, I think you should be able to do like a grayscale, but until you get used to it, you probably
Yeah.
just want to do like Arduino.
yeah. Well, that's what I think the whole thing is. And there's a couple of like the high-speed test. What it does is a grid and does like different settings for each little square. Like this is what it looks like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 90, and 100 or whatever. So you can,
Yeah.
you know,
But
because this is, I get the distinct impression that this is a learn how to use it tool.
Yeah.
You can't just grab it and,
Proof of concept.
right. And your material is going to play a lot of effect on how each material is going to burn different or etch different.
Now, the one thing that I learned from Ray
Open frame.
many moons ago was you make like test cuts.
Yeah.
So if you get a new piece of material, you make some test cuts and you hone it in, and then you might waste a little bit of that material, but you'll learn what that material can do.
When I was kind of really shocked was because the guy that was reviewing this, he said this is a great entry level, does very good etching, and so this one's got, because it's got the smallest laser dot of any of them, it can do really fine ultra work if you want it, and then the next one up, or the 5 and 10, will do the cutting, but the laser dot's not as small, so the work's not as fine. But then I also say, how fine do you want it to be? Because, I mean, it looks like that anyway, so.
It's almost 6 by 6.
Wow.
But then he was,
I think I don't think you got your settings right.
well, but that's what I'm saying,
The base
Toying.
is 2.5 watts.
I probably need to come down a
6 to
lot
10.
more, or do multiple passes maybe. Like I said, it's got a, you know, I don't know how many passes you can do on something, but I can tell you this inverted one makes a lot of smoke.
Well, yeah.
When I came back out, and this was about 90% done, the garage definitely was foggy. And I opened the garage door. So, the other ones did not make, I mean, you could smell it, but didn't make any real.
I suppose one day I might actually have to put my little CNC thing together. Yeah, I bought a egg colorer
Oh, I remember those.
thing
Yeah.
from. I bought
Market
that.
Center had them.
I bought that when Theo was 4 years old. We were going to color eggs. I put it about halfway done. It's halfway made. It's been sitting in a box.
Half assembled.
Half. I
Sounds like.
it's basically a rotary tool with a pin that draws on the egg.
Yeah.
Your pens are dried up.
Well,
I think they put food coloring in. I don't think the pens had. I don't think they were.
these used felt. It uses like a felt tip pen.
Okay. I had looked at one, and it was just a
Same-
tube
same-
with cotton in it.
same
You picked
manufacturer.
what colors you wanted.
This is
not
a
food
little
coloring.
bigger, 6 by 6 inches. The price
I
is
don't think that.
120,
I think
but it's open frame.
this is a little deal, and it looks like a rotary tool. It's got an
They have
Arduino that
plenty
sits
of-
out to the side.
Models.
You load it up with G code, and it draws a picture.
Yep.
And you manually change colors, and then it'll draw more of the picture. And I got it about halfway done, and Thea lost interest, and I said, okay.
So, probably 40 years ago, I was blowing a number of eggs and then doing calligraphy with everybody's name on it. And my daughter wanted to remind me to bring the vacuum pump home from work so that I could suck the contents of the egg out. I made a little trap for the egg. And so I listened to the message on the machine at work. It says, "Dad, bring home the egg sucker."
Bring home the egg sucker.
So I was pretty proud. I had a collection of like 36 of these. I've done a pretty good job of them. I took them to work, and the guy said, said, "Well, you know how much time you put on those. Is just thinking how much people put on nice ones." I thought,
Damn.
that's pretty rude.
Batik.
But
So it's
the real project
process.
here is the box. I made the box.
Yes.
No, the prize is what's in the box.
You made that too, right?
I like the attempt of Close Encounters. You almost got
I
it.
need to check what's going on.
Well, frequency.
I'll be back
Is
with
anybody
the right
taking these?
notes.
Any takers?
What?
I have no use for fluorescent tubes.
Any fluorescent
I
tube?
need one of the little ones, but in ultraviolet.
Well, I don't know.
It don't means I don't know how to use it, but I don't.
By Sente?
This is the movie of Down Under, the guy from Australia.
Uh,
Crocodile
Crocodile
Dundee.
Dundee.
I don't
No.
even have anything
No,
to
no,
plug those in.
No, I don't either.
Ray?
You need vacuum tubes?
Not
Yes, sir.
fluorescent.
I'm here.
Okay.
Not vacuum
Um,
tubes. Fluorescent tubes?
I have some small fluorescent tubes here.
Nope. No thanks. Nope.
Nobody wants these things.
Okay, this one
Hey,
looks.
and a sock.
Yeah, well, the
Comes
sock,
with a free sock.
the
I
sock
just-
is not.
Those fluorescent tubes you got, I think they're like bent in half, 22 inches long.
Down
Oh,
Under.
okay.
At
This
the end,
is
he-
a slightly larger
the
than half an
movie,
inch in
the bad
diameter.
guy asked him why
And-
it's called the
6 inches.
revolver
6 inches?
called.
A little less
I
than
don't
6
have use
inches.
for it.
I'm pretty well committed that
And-
anytime I find a bad fluorescent tube, I will replace it with an LED version.
Character has is completely
Okay.
shaking, and the bad guy gives him a revolver. And
We are
they-
in person
they
again
make a
next
duel.
week.
because the bad guy is supposed
These are
to know how to use the gun.
F8 T5
He stand like
CW.
it and go close, and I say I don't have used to it.
You can't give some stuff away. You just can't give
Nope.
some stuff away.
Nope. No thanks.
It's amazing.
LED only, man.
I can't even find anybody to take the full size, 4-foot ones or whatever. I've got like 3 cases of them. I've been trying to.
Full size bulbs are T12, 8 feet long.
Australia.
Yeah. So
Yeah, anytime I run into any lights nowadays, I convert everything to LED. Even down in the new retail space, we've gone to all par 30 LEDs, par 20 LEDs. We got some special light fixtures, and I needed replacement bulbs, and the replacement bulbs were like $10 to $15 each. But the LEDs, we were able to get a whole bunch of LEDs for about $1.80, $2 each. And it was just, they're so much better. And I needed 30 bulbs. I ended up buying 4 cases of 10 and have just a bunch of extras sitting around. So the cost of LED bulbs and the form factor and how easy they are to shape and produce, it's so much safer than glass. And it's just a better
Oh, yeah.
situation.
Very, very superior technology.
Well, unless they're bad for your eyes, because now they're saying they're causing us all to go blind.
what, LEDs?
Yeah.
I think we're just getting older.
Yeah.
Hard to say.
There's people that are convinced that everything in modern Okay, any parts of this that anybody wants?
Can't say that we need that. No.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to shut down. We're in person next week.
Good night.
Everybody, we'll see everybody next week. Bye.
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 Adios.
Okay.